Elgato just released the Stream Deck Plus. What, another Stream Deck? And this one has knobs and an LCD screen. Let's open it up. I am so curious. Okay, you got the Elgato logo here. It's like hard to see because it's black, but yeah. Seems like there's something in it. It's a box. It's a box or something. Quick start guide. Well, you just plug it in your PC and you use the Elgato Stream Deck software, and it's just basically how you just set up the normal Elgato Stream Deck. I do have some videos about the Elgato Stream Deck, so if you want to set it up, make sure to check those videos. And this is the safety instructions. Then here we have it. Let me lift it out. I'm nervous. Oh my god. So the back is kind of open. You don't have that with the other Stream Decks. Of course, we can have this on the bottom. Oh, satisfying. Oh, it's sticky. Oh, it's sticky. It's sticking to my hand. So this is that. It stays on your table. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons. They're the same as the normal Elgato Stream Decks knobs. You seem to be able to click them and turn them. And this is a display. And we have a cable in the box, which is the same cable as the Elgato XL, which is like this cable that basically doesn't tangle that fast. Okay, let's see where this needs to go in. Here in the back, there is this opening for USB-C. So you put that in there. And this side needs to go into your USB port for your computer. Let me check if there's something else in the box, but I think it is empty. Yes, it's empty, good. So let's go to the PC and plug it in. So we're behind the PC now, and we're gonna take a look at the Elgato Stream Deck Plus. So I'm just gonna throw in some random things here, and you can see how it looks like. I really like the design of it. It's a little bit higher than the Stream Deck XL, and a little bit wider than a normal Stream Deck, but not as wide as the Stream Deck XL. So let's open the Stream Deck software. Make sure to update your Stream Deck software to be able to use the Stream Deck Plus. These top buttons here are the same as any other Stream Deck. You can put any of these keys in here, just like you used to for a Stream Deck. If you don't know, you can switch scenes in OBS, start programs, put shortcuts on there, put any sound effects on there, anything you want. But the cool thing about this one is actually this section right here, which is the knobs and this little display. So we can actually push the display, and you can see it back in the software here that I'm pushing it. It's actually become red on the Stream Deck itself as well. And then I also have knobs, and I can turn them, and if I turn them, you can also see it becomes red. You can also click them, and you can see it becomes red. We can actually click on the display as well. Now you see here pages. We can actually have multiple pages on it if you want to, and switch between pages. You can also delete the page again. So the coolest thing about this is that you can use it with their Wavelink software. So I'm using the Elgato Wave DX, which is their XLR microphone, and that uses Elgato Wave software. This is the Elgato Wave software. You can see my microphone, system, game, music, and stuff like that. Well, what the cool thing is that we can send these sliders down right to the Stream Deck Plus. And then we can set our headphone volume, our master volume, and stuff like that. We can change that. So if you think like, hey, the game's a little bit loud for me, we can actually make it less loud, or the browser or something like that. Here we have an audio input. Right now is the input browser. We can set it that we can turn it down for all, just the stream, or just the monitor, which is me. We can also make 2 pages, for example, and one for the stream and one for our own monitor, so you can keep them separate if you want to. If you can't find which things you can set on these knobs, there's like this tab with keys and a tab with dials. You can also just click on one and it automatically goes to the dial step. So these are the options we have for the dials. We can dial stack. This means we can have multiple actions in one dial, which is kind of the same as these multi-actions, I would say, but not really. Let me just delete this and put a dial stack here. What we want to do is be able to set the browser volume for our monitor and for the stream differently. Input actions, browser, because that's the thing we want to adjust, and then we want to adjust the monitor first. So this is browser, monitor. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Put it in here, browser, And then we want stream, browser, stream. Okay, now I have two things on here. And we can see, if we click on the knob, it's gonna change. If you see in the display above, now it's monitor, and now it's stream. So we can have turned down for the monitor, but if we go back to stream, it is still on the same volume. So this is a way to switch between browser, stream, and monitor very easily and just adjust the volume with the knobs on your Stream Deck Plus. No need to open the Wavelength software. As you see, I can change stream and monitor. So monitor, if I turn this down, we can see it goes down and up in the Wavelength software as well. You can do this with any of these channels right here. Keep in mind, we have 4 knobs, and if you want more, we can make a second page. So we can have 8 knobs, or we can make a third page, and we have 12 knobs. So what we can do if you want to switch pages, we can use one of these buttons for it. So we have a navigation, and it says switch profiles, switch page, go to page. So for example, we can set next page. And now if I click that button on the Stream Deck, it will go to the second page. We can do next page here again, and I click on it and we go to the third one. Make sure that you have a way to get back so that you have like a previous page one, for example on here. And now we're going to 2 and previous page on here, and then we back at 1. So we can go through all these with just clicking on it, and we could basically have 12 of these knobs installed, even though we have 4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set all these things that I have here on my knobs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I want 3. I'm gonna tidy this up because I put like a lot of things in here just to show you guys how it looks like on the Stream Deck. Keep this one empty because then I can have this to be the back one. And we're just gonna start clean. Dials. Stream Deck. Okay. Dial stack. I'm just gonna throw dial stacks in all of these and put input devices here. So we start with the microphone. The monitor mix. Okay. Mic. Monitor. Make sure that you give them a name that you will know what it is. Mic stream. Now with this one we can control the microphone for my monitor and the stream. Next one. Dial stack. Input device here for the system sounds. System monitor. And then we're gonna do system stream. Stream, and make sure that you put it on the right one as well. Okay, so now I've set basically all these things. We can change the image on here, but we can also see on top of the display what it actually is. So we don't have to do that because it's a dial. You're not gonna see an image on a dial, but you're gonna read this, which is like on top of it, basically. You can also click on the monitor and you can see, you give this another title and stuff like that if you want to. And here we can set icon from file, so we can also customize this part if you would want to. I personally think it looks pretty good, so I'm not gonna change anything. On the third one, I've only have this one, but I think the AUX 2 is one that I'm not gonna use often. I'm mostly gonna use the first 2 pages. We can also have the brightness of the Stream Deck on one of these dials, but I don't really want to change that actually. Sometimes I want to and I just put it on there, I change it, and then I leave it be. We can have hotkeys on there, we can have the media play with it with the dials as well. We can also have our standard volume control to be on one of the knobs. For the rest, I will just add them with keys. I already do use a Stream Deck XL, a Stream Deck, and a Stream Deck Mark II, so I'm gonna need to think about what I want to put on these. I think I'm gonna all dedicate them to audio, because then I have one audio Stream Deck, which makes a lot of sense, and I don't have to like think about where all the buttons are. I think this is a really good addition, because Elgato didn't really have a mixer. They have the Elgato Wave XLR, which is just an XLR interface more like it, because the mixer is happening on the Wavelength software. And you can't turn any knobs or anything, you have to do it all on the computer. But with this Stream Deck Plus, we actually have knobs to control that audio in the Wavelength software, which kind of more makes it a mixer, because we can actually mix the things with knobs, and we all like to use some knobs, don't we? Thank you so much, Elgato, for sending this Stream Deck Plus to me. I've got a whole playlist with Elgato products, so if you want to find out more about them, I'll send you to this playlist, and I will see you there.